My name is Don, and I've been asked to be the volunteer chairperson for the Called to Serve as Christ campaign here at St. Pius X. If I can have the benefit of your ears and your attention for a few minutes, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what this program is designed to do, why it's necessary, and what it is not, and also how it can benefit us directly here at St. Pius X. But first of all, the main purpose of this program, this campaign, is to raise funds to support the health and retirement benefits of priests and religious here in the Archdiocese of Seattle. The overall goal is to raise $100 million from 171 parishes throughout the Archdiocese. Now, we are in the final phase of this program. Thus far, 100 parishes, or 59%, have already had commitments of $58 million. So we're right on track. Now, why is this necessary, and what is it not? Since this has been in process for a while, some people have been asking questions, talking, speculating, and dare I say, rumor mongering. Were funds mismanaged? Were funds directed to cover other costs? And is there something unique about the Archdiocese of Seattle? The answer to each of these questions is unabashedly no. This is something that's happening across the country in all archdioceses. Many have already addressed the issue. Many, like Archdiocese of Seattle, are currently addressing it, and others soon will. Now, in the past, the priest pension program has been funded much like the Social Security program, where it's a pay-as-you-go system. As more priests have aged and retired and are living longer, and fewer are in the system right now, we've developed an imbalance, and it's no longer sustainable. This program is designed to fund the priest pension program for as far as we can see. Now, again, the overall goal is $100 million, and our parish has been asked to raise $591,000. In addition, Father Cal and the Strategic Planning Committee are asking for an additional $400,000. Now, why is this? Roughly $1 million is what we're looking for. The initial $591,000, 15% of that money will come back to our parish, with 85% going to the program. Once we exceed that amount, it flips, and we receive back 85%, with 15% going to the Call to Serve as Christ campaign. So if we reach our goal of $1 million, we will get back approximately $400,000 for badly needed repairs and maintenance here at our church, and improvements and developments. This building that we're in was funded through a capital campaign nearly 40 years ago. This is the legacy of that generation of Catholics here at St. Pius X. This is our opportunity to help to maintain that legacy and build one of our own. With the funds that we receive, hopefully we'll be able to renovate the school administrative offices in the old convent. If we have enough, we'll be able to put in a second stairway and renovate the upper floors of the old convent building. Now, why is that necessary? Why is that important? As Father Cal has been leading this parish, we've seen tremendous growth in the number of parishioners here, new faces, new families, new ministries. And the Strategic Planning Committee identified a severe need for additional meeting space. Now, the fire marshal will not allow us to use the entire second floor of that convent building because it only has one stairway exit. And so in the event of a fire or something like that, it would be a serious issue. This would allow us to use that space. Additionally, another need we have is we have an old and strained heating and heat distribution system here that heats the church, the social hall, and the school. That needs to be addressed. So hopefully we'll be able to get enough for that. In the past week or in coming weeks, you may have received or will receive a letter from Archbishop Etienne discussing this program, describing it, and having a suggested donation. Please keep in mind, that's based on the initial $591,000. So please keep in mind we're trying to raise more over and above that. Also keep in mind that the recommended contributions will be over a period of 3 years. Many of us have suffered severely as a result of the COVID-19 crisis. So keep in mind that as we return to normal times, and we will return to normal times, Let's think in terms of what our standard income is going to be and make contributions based on that. In addition, I've been asked to let people know that none of the funds raised from this will go to support the retirement or health benefits of any priest who is involved in the sex abuse scandals. It's very important. In coming days and weeks, many of you will receive calls from volunteers who will be doing follow-ups on this. Please feel free to ask them any questions, give them any feedback, and please be kind. It's not fun to make these calls. I'd ask you to also please carefully consider, prayerfully consider Archbishop Etienne's request in deciding how to respond to this campaign. Please remember the priests and religious who've been influential in your lives, those who've been there for you. Personally, I'll be thinking of Father Norris in South Tacoma, who was very influential in the upbringing of my wife as an early Catholic. I'll think of Father Fox, who he was the first one to officially invite me into Catholic Church. He oversaw my going through the RCIE program and baptized me nearly 30 years ago in this baptismal font over here. I'll think of Sister Isadora, one of the beloved nuns here in our own convent and a teacher at the St. Pius X School. Hopefully many of you remember her and remember her fondly. And of course our own Father Cal, who's been influential in so many of our lives. And perhaps, if he's good, we may allow him to retire in another maybe 50, 60 years. Ask yourself, who's been influential in your life? Who will you remember? Who do you care to take care of? It's our turn to be there for them, for these priests and religious who have been called to serve as Christ in our lives. They have been called to serve as Christ in our lives. How will we take care of them? Let's let this be our legacy.